Welcome to the Huddle Show. My name is Sammy McDuffie. I'm here live at Gwynn Park High School in Brandywine, Maryland. I'm here with Q. Q, why were you here today, and what was you trying to accomplish?
So my partner and I, Rock Carmichael, we started 1Village, really with the intention of providing like higher level instruction, the things that that we got when we left the county or the area in general, that helped us start to like play the game above our shoulders. We know that in the DMV, like we can run and jump with anybody, but we kind of want the perception to start to change. So today is our first, the 2019 summer shootout with RH Academy, and we really wanted to start to get together to collaborate with other training groups. And it's not just about egos and competing, but really also giving some of the college guys, they had a lot of college guys out here, the opportunity to compete with some of the better talent in the area anyway, right? Like when you're in college, you want to be able to compete with some guys that give you some work like you get at school, but I'm not going to work out with a high school kid because 99% of the time he work out with like a kid in high school. He's immature, he talking, we're not really doing anything that's going to get us better. So we really wanted to collaborate with, another organization, and Coach Aaron does a great job, super professional with the way that he does things, and just getting that started. So, next year we hope to have it bigger and better, and from there on, maybe we can expand this from being something that's just local to Prince George's County or the DC, Maryland, Virginia area to, the region.
Great. You mentioned that you went away. You didn't wasn't specific on what college you went to. What college you went to, and what was the learning lesson that you learned from being there?
I played at Syracuse, and really so there's just a lot more football. It's kind of, I think it's like high school to college for anything, right? There's just so much more knowledge to gain. And so what happens is you go from being, most of the time, like a lot of us don't even know how to watch film. Like we just watch the guys move around, and sometimes we look for highlights. That's why you might not even see where guys really don't even know how to put football plays on there. Quarterback is putting a lot of catches on his highlight tape instead of the throws that he's making. So he's not really showing you where he really helped that receiver make that play. He's just showing the receivers that he has. So it makes it difficult kind of for you to recruit him. You just say, oh, he takes a lot of chances. So we really want to help our kids start to learn. And I would say a lot, like make the learning curve even with the basketball in this area. When you hear young people talk about their skill sets and things like that about basketball, it's very advanced. And so now we're really proud to have, 11 and 12-year-olds being able to talk about football at a high level, to the point where we have some trouble when they play with their youth coach because they're kind of like, but we also helping them understand how to receive maybe some not so great coaching as well.
Great. You said, how can you bridge the gap from what they experience out here and going back to their youth coach? What are some things that you can do to try to bridge that gap? Because that's real important for the kid to get all the knowledge from here, then they go back and can possibly learn bad habits. So what can y'all do to instill that in them?
So really we try to impress upon them about being coachable. Being coachable is important. Everything that we're doing out here is really supplementary to what their coach now. We do let them know, like, your coach might not really understand why he's asking you to do certain thing. He might have heard it somewhere else. But at least in the context of what he's asking you to do it in a drill, just do it. Like, you know what I mean? And it might feel like bad football coaching or whatever to that kid, but that's why we put in 1,000 hours, right, to master the skill that I'm trying to teach them. And they have to do it more on their own, so that when they do things that kind of like pick at the good muscle memory they've developed, they can revert back to what it is when the bullets are flying, like they do the right thing.
Great. Last question. I'm from the Washington, D.C. area, and I moved down to Florida. And one of the kids, Mr. Thomason, he's getting recruited by Alabama, LSU, Florida State, all the big name schools. But one of his friends died, and we see that a lot in the DMV. When one of your friends died that you're really close to, it's a mental thing that goes on. What advice would you give that kid that's getting recruited by the big schools, but then he have to worry about going home to his family and friends and saying, are you gonna fight? Are you gonna run with us? What advice would you give that kid?
Yeah, man, I think it is a lot of the advice that we would give would sound like we lack empathy at times, because it's really important for our kids. I think that what you just mentioned is something that's kind of common with kids in the DMV in general, regardless of what sport they play, where when things happen at home, they feel like it's their responsibility to deal with it. And it's not. Like, you're doing the best thing for your community by doing what you do well. They're proud of you. You're giving a kid from your community hope. There's a kid that watched you do everything that you had to do to get there that has hope. Like, you are doing your job. You can't do that at home on the block. And so really we try to help them understand about being selfish, right? Like, it's ironic that I'm going to do something for a team, but like, I still have to be selfish, because if I don't do everything for myself, then I'm not going to get the opportunities there. The opportunity to play high-profile sports, or just play sports in college at all. I mean, we really try to get them. They can be really pretentious about the schools that offer them. Like, I would be cool if I got like James Madison. Well, you know what I mean? People would be excited if they got offered by them. Like, if they, let alone offer, right? If they got accepted into that school. So we really wanted to have them start to learn, so they can start being, higher level men, instead of just thinking about themselves as like the colors and who plays on TV.
Good. So it seems like you really into these kids and working on their mindset and trying to take them to the higher level. Is there anything else that you want to add to the Huddle Show before you leave?
Man, I'm gonna always be adding to the Huddle Show, so I'm not going anywhere. You guys will see me soon.
Great. Well, we signing off. We had Q. Q gave a lot of gems. Replay this over and over again so you can get that mindset. He already done it. He showed you the way. He went to college, and now he's out here giving back to the youth. Till the next time, welcome to the Huddle Show.